Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking Married at First Sight Season 18 Episode 20, Part 2 of the reunion. So just going to get on into it. This is my last recap for Married at First Sight. I'm not going to do the Where Are They Now special next week. So we're just going to wrap it all up in this recap. I'll make mention on another video on how it went, just like a brief overview, but a full recap. This is the last Married at First Sight recap of this season. I'm sorry. But anyway, so we kicked things off where we left off last week. We left off with Kevin talking to David and Michelle, and the question was the big question of the night: when was the timeline of when it all started between David and Madison, and everything? And David had mentioned he did go out with her a couple times, the night that Madison and Alan got into that argument about the transactional comment. They went out and went over to watch football one day or whatever, and everything. So that was basically the timeline. Michelle doesn't really still believe it. She still thinks it was more to it and more of it, but she's not. At this point, in my opinion, at this point, I don't understand why Michelle just needs to know timelines, everything, this and that. The story, yes, he lied, but here's what I do think is the truth. I'll take him. I'll take it. I'll take his word for it. With that answer, that it was yes, they had that started connection on a honeymoon, working out and everything, but until when they really got into the deep dive into it, that's when. Now, he claims when he sent that message, he was trying to shoot his shot. Now, and when they met with the experts, that's just not something right away that you say when you're trying to shoot your shot. You at least wait for that. But anyway, back to David and Michelle. Kevin actually finally kind of really pinpointed the whole Michelle thing. She was like, he said that you weren't really all that into David, and now you gave him now he did what he did, so now you have a reason to hate him, basically. And she was like, oh no, I don't hate him. I do think he's a good guy and everything. I'm like, BS. She's just trying to cover herself, but I'm glad Kevin finally broke it down, and he was nice about it. But he kind of been broken down what we've been trying to say all season. So one of the main topics outside of that scandal was their conversations about success. And, they both had different meanings of success. Michelle says financially successful. David means good job and happiness and all that and everything. And I guess they did have conversations about that kind of scared Michelle and everything, But, it's David. Like I said, David and Madison have moved on. David's bought some kind of property or whatever, and him and Madison got their own place or were moved into Madison's place. He's out of his mom's basement now. Now everyone's mad because he moved in with Madison now, because he still didn't do what he still okay, he's out of his mom's basement. But, and this is not me capping for David, because I'm not, but the big thing was to get out of his mom's house, basically, out of his mom's basement, and he did that. So I'm just give it a rest now, people. Let's just finally give it a rest and everything. So that was that. So then after that conversation, they asked will they be cordial? They said they won't be friends, but they'll be cordial, and when they do their group events or whatever. So after they talked to them, then we talked to Carla and Juan. Now, Carla and Juan, this was the most confusing couple of the season, because we really couldn't get a read on them. There's always that one couple that makes it to the end, but you just can never get a good read on them and everything. And Carla and Juan were that couple. And so they brought Carla and Juan out. So, they have good chemistry. They're good people. They have a good friendship and everything. But like they asked, like Kevin asked them what went wrong, and the big thing that went wrong for Carla was the thing on the honeymoon when one went out with David and everything, and he said, "I totally forgot you were there" and stuff and everything. That sat in the back of Carla's mind like throughout their whole marriage. So even though they overcame that, that that really was the turning point for them in the marriage. Like you just Carla said that she just feels like somebody like who you love and care about when you're married and stuff. Like you just don't forget about them. She's like, I don't expect you to be basically be a leech and stick to me all the time. I do love the fact that you go and hang out with everybody and everything, but like don't forget about your wife basically. And one, he apologized for that and everything and said that, yeah, that was hateful for me to say. He was sorry about that and everything and X, Y, and Z and all that. So, like Carla and Juan, they're very two different people. Carla's in the crystals and the, all the sage and stuff. Juan is just like a, she is very analytical. Carla said Juan is very analytical, as Carla is ready to go, basically. So that's basically like where they differ. Now, from what we've seen from when this reunion was filmed, they seem to be getting along okay. But throughout the week, there's been a lot of Juan has been making a lot of headlines throughout the week because there's been like some like social media like drama going on, and he's claiming that it's Carla and Carla's family, and he's been trying to clear his name and stuff, and some family members from Carla are chiming in, like her sister, and just like talking crap and stuff, and basically, and I'm just like and he thinks like it's like Carla, a robot, or somebody like catfishing and stuff, but like it's just been a mess. But now, it's just like I don't know. I don't know who to really believe in that moment. And everything Juan Ben posted to a story, like I said, trying to clear his name, and but Carla and her family are basically calling him trash and everything. Like it's just like what are we doing? Like like this is not mature. I expected this from like a Madison and the David situation, but not Carla and Juan and everything. So I really don't know who to really believe in that whole social media back and forth between like Juan and Carla's family, or just a random catfish person and everything. So, so yeah, but as of what we see on TV, Carla and Juan seem to be getting along. But I wonder what was the downfall, basically, from that. Because after they got divorced, remember, Carla said that she didn't really want to be around him that much anymore after their divorce. So, but I don't know. I don't. They're giving out mixed signals, in my opinion. So, so yeah, that was Carla and Juan. The next couple, so after they talked to Carla and Juan, they talked to the guys. They brought out all the guys, and Kevin asked like the guys some serious questions, like who gives the most advice. They said Thomas, and David, who's more to open up more. They said Alan, who's next to get married. They said David, obviously, and everything. And so David's claiming that the future is bright for him, that he is going to want to marry Madison and everything. So then they circle back to that conversation. They asked, like, Kevin asked the boys, like, if you were David and sent that message and actually sent that to Michelle instead of Madison, like, what would you would have done differently? And everybody's saying, well, David, you're a horrible liar. Because remember, he said about the food thing. And I'm just like, I've been saying that all season too. Like, you don't talk like that way to food. I love food, and I don't even talk that way to food. so David, so David said, yeah, he claimed that he is a bad liar. Like one said, like I wouldn't have changed anything differently, but I wouldn't have said that. like I would have told like Michelle, like, yeah, like we've been struggling, so maybe I should say something to spice things up and everything and all that. And so, like, which I agree, that's what he should have done, basically. And so yeah. And so they asked, like, when David and Madison get married, like, who's all going to the wedding? Well, obviously, Alan is not going to go to the wedding. But Alan seems to forgive David and everything. Like, this has also been the main point of the thing that Alan, like, everybody's so proud of Alan and how he's like bouncing back and recovering from this whole situation. He's handling it a lot better than Michelle has because he's moved on. He's got a new girlfriend and everything. He happy and everything, and that's what it's all about, basically. So, and they ask like who has the most swag, and they say EKG with his style, so that's a whatever and everything. So after they talked to the guys, they brought the experts out, Dr. Pepper, Dr. P, and Pastor Cal. They first wanted to talk to Michelle and Alan to see, like, to catch up on the effectiveness on what happened and everything. And they talked to them, and, Michelle said that, like, I was a brat. I was a brat today, but she finally admitted I got to learn how to, like, not be so judgmental so much all the time and everything. And, even though me and Dave were probably not going to work together, like, he is a great guy and everything. So at least finally, Michelle finally admitted to her wrongdoings and stuff. Alan's just bouncing back. He said, like, if a girl don't like me, don't like the way I wear, what my teeth looks like, it's done, whatever. Like, I can do something about it. Now, one thing about the Allen situation, somebody had said, I'm not going to say who, but somebody had, and this is where I disagree with, like, big time. Somebody had said that, like, we were talking about Allen and how Allen did a lot for Madison and they talked about, like, how he, changed, like, his style for Madison, changed his teeth and everything and all that good stuff. Someone said that, if a man does that to her, like, she would be turned off by it. And, like, because they want, some women want a man that challenges them. So she said that, like, if I don't like something about a man and he changes it, now I'm mad because, like, you challenge me. Like, if you feel like this is you, then tell me that and everything. Don't just change everything for me. That's a turn off. Well, then I'm just like, well, he can't win. He can't win either way because if you don't like something about him, you're gonna be mad about that. So now that he changes it for you, now you're mad that he changed it. Like, it didn't make no sense to me. So I just don't understand why, like, and I'm not gonna put it like just like women and a gender just based on women, and it's meant to, but like, I don't understand why people like really nitpick at those kind of things. Like, those kind of things, like, you want your partner to change a little bit for you. They don't have to change a lot because that's asking for too much. But just some little minor little kinks to, to compromise, it wouldn't hurt. But like, like, I just like, you're basically damned if you do, damned if you don't, basically. So like, I didn't really get that conversation, but Alan has bounced back, and the experts even told him that they're proud of him. Now Michelle had asked the experts. There was a rumor. I didn't see this rumor that they originally matched David and Madison together first, and then switched it out to Michelle. And Pastor Cal said that's BS. That's not true, but what did happen was is that when Madison had said that she has never dated, outside of her race, that did change that. So Pastor Cal made the comment, which was good. He was like, I don't want to hear what you're open to. Like, I want to hear what you really want and stuff. Because if you're open to it, I'm not going to match you like that and stuff and everything. So, and that was a good point. If like when you're in a marriage, we have no time to play games. Like, so, like, I don't want to hear what you're open to or want to try. Like, it's what you really, really want and need and stuff and everything. So he said that best. So after that conversation, they brought up MM and EKG. Now, like I said, they've had civil conversations, like in the first part of the reunion and stuff. Um, you know, MM said that in this conversation that she felt robbed in the situation, and I forgot to mention this last week. EKG's like the only one who's kind of single out of the group and stuff and everything, and he was just like, I'm not looking for nobody or texting everybody to try to say how are you doing and stuff. I'm just enjoying my peaceful life basically, and and last week he had said that he wants a Michelle Obama basically. Now, Kevin said that, her and Barack have problems. It's not all daisies and roses with her and Barack, but he said that is his type of woman and stuff and everything. Now, you know, last week when we talked to MM and EKG, EKG said that he wasn't attracted to her sexually and everything. And I think if he would have just been honest about that, they could have wouldn't have had as much problems as they would have had throughout the marriage. So, that was that. And then EKG leaves and they want to bring out MM's new fiance Brandon. And he just coming in all like bubbly and goofy and stuff and everything. And then he gonna ask Pastor Cal, can you marry me and MM right here, right now? I want to leave here with a wife right now and everything. And Pastor Cal was just like, he just started laughing. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He was like, okay, listen, I ain't gonna do that right now. But what I will do is we'll have a conversation. I will promise you that we will have a conversation. But I ain't gonna marry you right now. I gotta think about this. Because you don't just marry anybody just for the heck of it. You gotta talk to them, get to know them before you decide to marry them or whatever and stuff and everything. So yeah, I thought that was great of Pastor Kyle to do that. So yeah. So then after that conversation with MMEKG, they brought back Madison and David. And, at this point, David was just like, you know what? I'm done answering questions about the timeline. I love this girl. This is my soulmate. Thank you guys. Like, I do credit you guys to this too. It wasn't in a conventional way and everything, blah, blah, blah. And that was that. And I ain't going to spend too much time with that conversation either. So then they brought back the rest of the group and they played some, never before seen footage and, like, what are we gonna do? Like, like all the fun stuff that they did, all the goofiness and all that, whatever. Now, this season has been a good season. I know like the last like 10 episodes we were talking so much about the whole text message and the David and Michelle and Madison and Allen drama and everything. But it was a good season. It was a lot better than the Denver season. Remember my Denver reunion recap I did last year? I was pissed on how all that went down. But this was a much better season. Congratulations again to Thomas and Camille and even David and Madison. Congratulations to them and everything. We do got Where Are They Now coming up next week. Preview of that, it looks like MM and Brandon are gonna have a commitment ceremony or whatever, some kind of ceremony. Looks like David is gonna ask the blessing to propose to ask the blessing from Madison's dad to propose to her and stuff and everything. And Carla and Juan are gonna try to work together. Michelle doing her thing. I'm sorry, nobody wanted Michelle. I'm sorry. So that's just that. So yeah, Married at First Sight is now officially over. Well, not officially, but the main parts of the season is over. Yeah, so next season we're heading to Austin, Texas. I do got some leaks. I saw some leaks from Austin, Texas. That will be airing. Married at First Sight, by the way, will be moving to Peacock, and it's been on Lifetime for the past few years. Now it's gonna be moving to Peacock, so be on the lookout for that. Some early like rumors of Married at First Sight season 19 will be that there will be a couple older couples and someone in their 50s and 60s. One of the couples. I guess there'll be a mother-daughter duo that will be separately getting married at first sight and everything for the first time. So that's pretty interesting. So they're switching it up, switching it up, and that was already filmed in February of 2024. So, so yeah. Anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. Please like and subscribe to my channel. We're growing. I keep saying that in every video now. We're growing and growing. I appreciate you guys' love and support and everything. I'm glad that like you guys are liking my videos, and like I'm getting good comments saying how great these recaps have been and stuff and everything. I really appreciate it. It takes a lot for me to do this. There are some days I don't even want to do it, but I started the Nathan Tim 2 page for a reason. And so I just thank you guys for all the love and support. Keep on liking, keep on watching. Hopefully in the second half of the year, I get more shows in. I don't know when Catfish is coming back, because Catfish is my biggest hitter. So, but with Married at First Sight being done now, as of right now, we're just gonna have to focus on 90 Day Fiance. Like I said, I'll be back on Sunday, Monday to recap the regular 90 day. I will do the Last Resort this week because it's the last episode before the tell all and everything. And so until then, y'all stay safe, have a good one, and I love you guys. Bye, y'all.